Good morning again. This is the Scythe Wielder, rejoicing in the intimate knowledge that the testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. In 1 Corinthians, Paul reminds us that the wisdom of this world is foolishness before God. In fact, God, he says, is the one who catches the wise in their craftiness. And again, the Lord knows the reasonings of the wise, that they are useless. So he advises us not to boast in men or the wisdom that we get from men. Instead, if any man thinks that he is wise in this age, let him become foolish, that he may become wise. In other words, give up the wisdom of this age, so that the Lord can teach you his testimonies, and you may become wise. One of the scriptures tells us that if the princes of this world had been wise, if they knew what was going on, they would not have killed the Son of God. But they had a wisdom of the age that we do not want a part of. They had a wisdom that depends on slavery, captivity, and killing people. How do you become foolish in this age? Jesus was pretty clear about that. He said, "Call no man on earth Father. Call no man on earth teacher." Why? Because the wisdom that they had was the wisdom of the age we do not belong to. He directed our attention to a world that is to come. The Lord directs our attention into a world that is new, requires a new creature. He needs to change us. We have to be born again so we can fit into that world and the wisdom of that age. Peter writes, we look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Unfortunately, our conditioning, our mental conditioning, our souls are arranged around treasures of this world and the men who hold the treasures of this world and who teach us according to their wisdom about captivity and the sword. The wisdom of this world is a wisdom that is particularly suited to an environment that is dark. It's shrouded. There's no light under the iniquity structures that the men of this world build, the princes of this world build. And the only light that they find is the delight of the treasures of this world. And when your light is the treasures of this world, when your eye is evil and it is adjusted to the treasures of this world, the things that are not clear in the light of your treasure are threats. They make you sense fear that you're going to lose the light of your little light in your little world. They can come. Your stuff can be stolen. It can be rusted away. It can be eaten by moths. And to protect your little dim light in this world, you would gladly subject those things on which the image of God has been placed, subject them to captivity. and to the sword, to the threat of death. That's the wisdom of this world. One of the places where Jesus talks about the wisdom of this world actually is a place where he talks about the sower who goes and sows the seed. And some of the seed fell among the briars and the brambles. That's stuff that's growing in the ground already, but it has no value. It's not really doing anybody any good. But the seed that the sower sows can't grow up there. And he calls that the deceitfulness of riches and the cares of this age. So, in order to become ground where the seed that the Lord sows can be fruitful, the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches have to be dealt with. So we have to get rid of the wisdom of this age. We have to stop calling those things wisdom which the princes of this world call wisdom. We have to stop calling those things wisdom which our fleshly fathers and our fleshly teachers call wisdom, so that those treasures of this world no longer obtain our imagination. They no longer obtain our focus. And we are free to turn our eyes in the direction of a true light. So that is why Jesus commands his disciples to sell the things the treasures that they have on earth, and don't acquire new ones, and to use the treasures of this world that you've sold to support those people who are held in the wisdom of the princes of the age we don't want a part of, to help the captives and those who are threatened by the sword of men who just want to protect their stuff according to the only wisdom that they have. So now if you hold the wisdom of this world, God's going to catch you in it. He's not going to let you prosper in it. It will force you to come to the point where you realize it's useless. But if you change your focus and change the intent to give your attention to the things of this world, you can refocus on the city that the Lord is making. We're looking for a city whose builder and maker is God. We're looking for a new heaven and a new earth. We're looking for a place wherein dwelleth righteousness according to the wisdom of the Most High. Now, you can only look one direction at a time. You can look backward to the things that men treasure, or you can look forward to that which God is building, a city of light, a city wherein dwelleth righteousness, a new heaven and a new earth. We want to allow the testimony of the Lord concerning a new heaven and a new earth, and concerning the city wherein dwelleth righteousness, the city of the Lord, the city where the Father and the Son are the light. We want to look forward with clear eyes and unhindered attention to those things which are to come, and no longer cast our eyes backward on those things which are behind. So there's a treasure that lies before us that is a lasting treasure, an immovable treasure, the kingdom of God. And there's the treasure that was only a treasure according to those who had nothing but the fear of death guiding their attention and emotions. So we need to die to the world and see the world as dead to us. We need to devalue the things that the men of this age value, and we need to ascribe value to that which is eternal, according to the testimony of the Lord, which is sure, and maketh wise the simple. Have a good day.